Hello everyone, it's Liam Carson here with more Vampire Diaries. We're on episode number 13 of season 3. So we got Elijah back, which is awesome. We love Elijah. Although it's not going to be good news for Klaus, given the fact that last time Elijah and Klaus had a little bit of an encounter, it didn't go well for Elijah, and I don't think he's forgotten about that. So not just that though, but even if he's like, oh, you found Rebecca, oh, I forgive you and all of that, it's still not good if you want to bring Rebecca back, because Rebecca's also pissed with Klaus, so this should be a fantastic family reunion. It's going to go bad for Klaus one way or another, I imagine, so we'll have to wait and see what does happen. But yeah, I'm really loving this season so much, and I'm excited to continue further into season 3 for the Vampire Diaries. So with that said, let's roll on to episode number 13. Let's go.
We have a lot to discuss, so shall we?
Oh, there we go. There we go. We're not wasting any time. So he just flings him into a table.
You have every right to be mad at me. I killed him with his own weapon. He's gone Elijah forever.
Oh, that's going to sweeten it.
Why do our family remain in these coffins? Finn for over 900 years, Cole for over a century.
900?
Because of
damn.
Salvatore. He holds the one thing keeping
900 years for a nap.
You don't have to feel guilty about inviting Meredith over here.
I know, and I thank you for that. But I do feel a little guilty for whiskey dialing her at 2 in the a.m.
Whiskey.
No, you didn't. Was you cool about it?
As soon as these aspirin kick in and I remember the conversation.
That's a new one, Alaric, okay?
Yours.
So, Catherine.
What?
Why don't you just ask Rick if his dirty little doctor had access to the weapons?
You're on speakerphone, Dick.
I'm just saying. First suspect's usually the right one.
In my jacket pocket.
Oh, yeah. Dear Elijah, let's get together about the destruction of your brother. XO.
Oh, hello.
Was I right to indagger you, or are we gonna...
Yeah.
A coffin and kill all of us. So dig deep, Abby Bennett. Scrape out whatever magic you have left.
You're going ruthless about it, but yeah.
Yeah, he's not here. He was already discharged. And she seems perfectly nice, by the way. A little intense, maybe, but I think it's sweet. You want to make sure Lark's not dating a total psycho.
He's my family.
Yeah, let's...
I have to look out
all
for
family.
him.
Yeah, let's not discount Meredith, though.
I hear it.
Oh.
Hear what? And, oh my god!
Oh my god.
Daddy!
Carolyn. He has vampire blood in his system.
What?
And he's gonna turn into a vampire. He's gonna turn into the very thing he hates.
It was the only grimoire you cast.
Shit!
It was the only one. Like 2 keys to a safety deposit box.
So, unbinding it would reverse the spell.
Yeah, I'm imagining so.
Unseal it. If we did it together.
Like the lock goes one way, goes another way to unlock it.
Screwed us over the last time he promised to help us kill Klaus.
Yeah, the way you've been acting, I trust him about as much as I trust you.
Ooh, damn.
Well, guess that goes both ways, doesn't it?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh, yes.
Any blood?
You have to. You died with vampire blood in your system. If you don't feed and finish the transition into a vampire, then you'll die.
I'm thinking he's gonna take the option of death. He doesn't want to become a vampire.
That's what I'm prepared to do.
Killed Brian Walters.
Damon's car was at the Wickery Bridge fundraiser. So was Meredith.
See, sometimes the obvious is the answer.
Tanner was killed. The one who called
I was ready
She
to
was
dismiss
trying
it because it can't be
to
Meredith
save
too
both
obvious,
of
but
them.
sometimes it goes that direction.
Why would she?
You would hear us out.
Well, we can sit and eat, or I can reach down your throats and pull out your insides.
I mean,
Choice
that's
is yours.
not very welcoming. Doesn't really reek of great hospitality. I'm just throwing that out there, Klaus.
Might want to dial down the judgmental dessert.
We're here to make a deal, Damon. Doesn't mean we need to kiss his ass for 7 courses.
I'm just saying we have a long evening ahead of us. Pace yourself.
Stefan's causing. He's going extra.
Did you hear back from Tyler yet?
Eesh. Eesh.
No. I can't just let my father die. Yeah, I'm gonna force him to feed.
Can't force him.
Hey,
Caroline, I love you, but you can't.
he doesn't want to, Caroline. The only thing your dad has, realizing all the things that he wouldn't be there for. The things that
Oh, I do feel this.
you just need your dad for, you know.
It's too early to cry. It's 8 a.m. This is rough.
Where is the lovely Elena tonight?
I don't know. Ask Damon.
What's going on?
Every boy of age desired to be her suitor, even though she'd had a child by another man, and none loved her more than Niklaus.
No, I'd say there was one who loved her at least as much.
Wait a minute. So you both love
Okay.
the same girl?
Ah!
In the end, we recognized the sacred bond of family.
Family above.
There's nothing stronger than family. Nothing more important than family. Oof. There's kind of like a little rub in the Salvatore's faces, isn't there? Scary, that leap, but it's a leap. You know what? Forget about the almost worked part. Yeah, so much about it almost working.
The two of you.
I feel like he's not wrong.
I'm gonna get some air.
Then again, if it wasn't for Stefan originally,
Let me deal with this.
Elena would have died. Oh, nah.
Yeah, he's right. If he dies a supernatural death, then he'll come back to life.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
That's what he's saying. We don't, but
We don't, but if we're gonna make sure he comes back.
Part of perfect family.
And continue the patrol of the bloodline. Every few hundred years, you'll have a new doppelganger to drain.
Long
And
game
never
for
run out of
Klaus.
progress, right, Klaus?
Consider it a small return on my investment in her well-being.
He'll
After you hand
pause
me back the coffin,
any kind
I'll ensure
of
her safety for the rest of her natural
kerfuffle
life. You
for
know
the
it's
time
what's best
being,
for her.
as long as Elena's okay.
So,
Nice try, Klaus.
Okay, there we go.
But no deal.
Ah! I don't care if you're a vampire, that's gonna hurt!
what are you doing?
Oh, Elijah, you bitch.
No, sweetheart, I don't hate you. I love you. You're strong. You're beautiful. You're good. And even after
Wow.
everything that's happened to you,
Still his
you are
daughter.
exactly who your mother and I hoped you'd grow up to be.
It's okay.
Caroline breaks my heart so much. Oh.
This is life. This is what it means to be human.
Oh, man.
Why haven't you left?
Well, where are your manners, brother?
We forgot dessert.
What have you done?
Oh, no!
Learn to trust your vulgar promises, Klaus.
Elijah cooked!
We're doing this home.
this is for our mother.
Oh, Elijah's cooking!
You're free to go.
I can't lose any more family.
That's what I'm... No. That's what I'm saying. She can't... Come on, Olara. Get up, you... lazy bastard. I'm kidding.
So do I.
Ooh. He has to acknowledge that, doesn't he, Stefan? Can't pretend.
Into it, Elena.
I'm the hybrid!
Oh,
I
damn.
shall be killed! I have nothing to fear from any of you.
You will when we have that coffin.
Oh, shit. Mother? Mother's... Yeah! Mother's here! Oh, fuck. So she was in the coffin.
Are my son. And I am here to forgive you.
Oh, shoot.
I want us to be a family again.
She can't have this. She's trying to be the glue. Yeah, we can't have this kerfuffle. But that's it, that she's trying to be the glue. Oh. Oh, damn. I mean, I think I did say... I think I did make a mention about the prospect that it could have been the mother. So, yeah. Oh, man. I mean, just the idea of seeing Klaus just tremble, like, quake a little in his boots is just always kind of appetizing, I'm not gonna lie. And this would get him. This would definitely get him. So... Because obviously we've had little bits and pieces about Klaus's mother before. Now she's here. So this is great. This is going to be neat stuff. Can the sun please just shine a light on my face, right? Just don't go dark. Yeah, some powerful stuff though this episode. The sun. The sun. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, some powerful stuff, though. Especially with the Caroline sitch. Yeah, because that's it, though. Like, I mean, Bill's gonna not have the biggest fan base, obviously, especially after he tortured Caroline. And... You know, there's certain hypocrisies that really just, yeah. But you can empathize so much with Caroline and the desire, like, especially with this whole situation of if you've got a chance to save someone, you take it. And Bill has that opportunity to just prolong his life. But he's chosen, and I think that's, you know, respectable to not force someone to if they are dying and they choose, okay, it's time and all of that. There's not really much you can really do, is there? So yeah. So yeah, quite a very investing episode. Because, you know, even the serial killer plot was just very juicy because, you know, you're not sure who it could be. We've seemingly, although it could be, I mean, hear me out. It still could be Meredith, but I think, you know, especially with the fact that she was the de facto suspect, I think it would have been revealed by now if it was her, so, and I know about the fact that obviously she acknowledged the ring and everything. But I was also thinking, well, she could just, you know how it's like experimentation and all of that. She could do that. I mean, she already, you know, pumped Bill with vampire blood, and this is a whole new different terrain. Like, she could just, you know, how many times can you die and die and die again, etc. So, but I don't. It's not Meredith. Maybe she's involved. Sure, whatever. But is she the killer? No. I mean, I did have my... I was resigned to the idea of, okay, well, maybe she is. And, you know, the obvious might sometimes be the obvious. There's not every mystery is going to have a subvert your expectations twist or anything like that. Sometimes it can just be the case of, well, it's always going to... Well, not always going to be the obvious. It's going to be the obvious answer at times. So, but... Like I said, I think I've accepted the idea that she might be involved, but she's not the one she's not the one daggering people left, right, and center. So, unless this is a whole Scream situation where you've got like 2 killers, and Meredith is one of them. So, yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see what does happen. But yeah, I mean, at least for Alaric, he didn't die. Because I did make a note about this, and I have been making a note about it during season 3, because he has died a couple of times. Like I said, get that counter going for Alaric, please. But I think when he got his neck twisted by Damon in episode 4, I think it was, it took him like until the morning, I believe, for him to wake up. So, and when he got stabbed, well, we don't know when he got stabbed though. We know that Elena and Matt walked in, so he could have been. But then again, he was bleeding out, wasn't he? So, I don't suspect he was, you know, stabbed several hours prior to Matt and Elena walking in and finding his body just there. It must have been like recent. For him to be bleeding out. But, yeah, it was a really, really good plan, though, because, in terms of Elena killing Alaric, because, the killer must have been masked or whatever, or, you know, well, cut out the lights. He still could be masked, because you could still see a glimmer, I guess, in the dark, but, Alaric didn't get a good look-see on the killer. So there was no idea to know if this was a supernatural hand at force or not. So, you know, like I said, a great plan for Elena to just come in clutch, stabbing him to ensure that he will come back. So, to guarantee, should I say. So, yeah. But like I said, I mean, I do suspect there might still be something up with the ring in terms of, like, it might be waning in power and all of that. Like, a cat has 9 lives. Once those 9 lives, yeah. But, yeah, like I said, the ring didn't take that long to come back this time, for Alaric to come back this time. So, who knows? But I definitely suspect there is something up with... a lot. Like, they're not doing this because it's like a, I don't know, oh my god, you killed Alaric, you bastards. They're not doing this for shits and giggles. There is something significant that they're doing with Alaric, but we'll just have to wait and see, because I think it's 3 times he's died in, like, the first 13 episodes of season 3. And I'm assuming he's going to be dying a few more times before the season is up, so, yeah. We'll have to see, though. It's just Alaric needs a death counter at this moment, so yeah, but you've also got to be careful as well, because yeah, he might have this plot armor and all of that. That doesn't give you the excuse to, like, if there wasn't significance to the way he was dying over and over and over again. You got to be careful, because you might just be doing, like, there might be that risk of, oh, you're doing this for shits and giggles, and you could get away with it because he's got a ring on, and it, you know, teases suspense and all of that. But no, there is a reasoning. We're yet to explore said reasoning, and I'm sure we'll pick up on that later down the line this season. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, really, really powerful stuff when it comes to this episode, because obviously, when it comes to Caroline, Bill died. So yeah. And, you know, don't get me wrong. Like I said, when it comes to Bill, he doesn't have the biggest fan base. Especially when it comes to the way he's, you know, he treated Caroline in the beginning of this season, really. So, yeah. But I think it was just very powerful stuff when it comes to, you know, Bill and his decision. I mean, he did value that humanity. And I did suspect, like, given the fact that, of course, there was that caveat when it came to the prospect, he might turn into a vampire. There was a side of me that was thinking he's not, though, because that's the very thing he hates. And he'd rather die as human as possible than be a vampire. But there was a lot more weight than just his burning desire against vampires and all of that. There was a lot of weight to Bill's decision. You know, being human was, you know, there was quite a few things in his mind that really stuck out, as well as the fact of, you know, his humanity was the thing that was keeping him alive. But that was it. Being a vampire is not life, for him. And he is a firm believer that cheating death by any means. So it's not just being a vampire. It could be a Larrick situation for all. Like, he'd probably reject the ring, for crying out loud, because of his statement about the fact that when it's time, it's time. So, and, you know, it was very, very powerful about the fact when he said, you know, no parent should outlive their daughter. So, but I was also thinking, like, during that, you know, during Bill's whole story, it is giving you, of course, references to those who might be dying in the real world, and their situation is terminal. It can't be fixed, and there is cases where some people might just want to die rather than just live, like, fight for as long as possible, and they just want to, you know, be put out of their out of any potential pain. So, and that's what I was thinking when it came to, there was possible fixes for Bill's situation, but Bill rejected that. He didn't. He embraced the end. And I mean, like I said, when it came to the emotions in this episode, you felt more so for Caroline, I felt. I mean, she's not just an instant favorite, but I mean, like I said, I mean, for her to see her father dying and all of that, and yeah, she's got the keys to keep him to keep him or to continue him living, should I say. And he doesn't want that. He's happy to die here, and he just wants, yeah. So, and you know, like the whole, it goes both ways, doesn't it? When, you know, no parent wants to see their child die, but no child wants to see their parent die, obviously. It's going to be one of the most heartbreaking things to endure for a child. So, and it does sting a lot when you've got the capacity to do something about this, but they don't want this. They don't want to live this curse. And yeah, so and you gotta get, you know, you do gotta feel so bad for Caroline, of course. So, but I mean, at the end of the day, you couldn't really force Bill to choose to continue to extend his life. It was his choice at the end of the day. But it's obviously going to be that difficult pill to swallow, isn't it? It's going to be something you can't really accept or embrace. But, you know, deep down, you know it's right. You know it's right for Bill to choose to accept the fact that this is it. It's just, funnily enough, for Caroline, it's just a factor of being human, really. And you can't really blame her for wanting to find alternatives, finding a way to continue, for Bill to continue his life. So yeah. And like I said, I mean, obviously, when it came to Elena trying to encourage Caroline, I know I made a mention when it came to the whole Jeremy thing, even though the things are not the same, there was still a matter of choice at the end of the day, given, you know, Jeremy's choice. Like, should Jeremy have given the choice to leave or stay at Mystic Falls? I know there might be some people who might point out a bit of hypocrisy to what Caroline, to what Elena was saying to Caroline. But I think this also does carry a bit more emotion. So, and yeah, the only thing that Caroline could hope for was that her father would listen to her pleas, but he made his choice at the end of the day. So, yeah, but yeah, it was just really, really powerful stuff that moment. So yeah, and yeah, it definitely got me emotional. Like I said, Caroline was pretty much the factor, because you heard her pleas, and she's a character that you love so much, and you just felt so bad for her, because she had the means to do something about this, but she also respected Bill's choice, even though that she was trying to persuade him. I mean, that's it though. She could have done anything. She could have just, obviously, if she didn't have that humanity about her, she could have forcefully made Bill a vampire, and continue living. She could have compelled. Well, then again, he does have a strong resistance to it. But the point is, she could have done something about it, and yet in the end she embraced his choice, even if it was painful, even if it was a tough pill to swallow. And yeah, Caroline just, you know, breaks your heart so much. So yeah. So yeah, let's talk about the originals. Let's talk about the great family reunion. But that was it, though. It was always going to be a family reunion. It wasn't just going to be Elijah and Klaus. Of course, we've gotten a few other names that I don't think we've been familiar with in the past. But Rebecca was always going to come back, right? Came back, she did. But I was very, very surprised with the fact that we did make some progress when it came to the big coffin, the coffin. So I think I did throw out there about the possibility it could have been Mama Bear. So yeah, and you know what's interesting? Klaus has made a mention multiple times. Even with Tati, I think her name was, like when we delved into the story of how both Klaus and Elijah loved her, paralleling to, of course, what we have in the present day. There was one person he loved a lot more, and I think that's going to be, you know, the mother, really. So it doesn't necessarily mean someone that you could have a romantic relationship with. There is someone that, you know, he could just be someone who is, you know, devoted to his mother the most, really. So yeah, but like I said, I mean, and it makes sense, really, for Mama Bear to come around. Not just that though, but she's trying to be the glue, especially since everyone wants to beat the shit, and they did. Everyone was beating the shit out of Klaus. So yeah, I am glad that Elijah did pull through, because I'm like, Elijah, please cook something, and he did. He brought up the other originals, and you know, him and Damon left the room, left Stefan and Klaus all to themselves. So I'm like, what's going on here? They're not gonna be like. They surely got to have a little banterous talk or whatever. Is Damon and Elijah. There's something going on here. So yeah, but yeah, it was just really great. I will say it was just really, it was pretty satisfying. Seeing Klaus just getting beaten left, right, and center, but also you got to see him tremble. Like I said, he was trembling. The vulnerability was there for Klaus when he saw his mother alive again, or walking again, should I say? So, that really pierced into his heart. Like, given the tough exterior that Klaus has, and how he was, trying to one up Stefan, in a means to get the coffin back, cracked at the end, didn't he? So yeah. As we had the whole Bonnie and Abby situation play out there. So, pardon me, but I found it very, very interesting as well how he was also encouraging the idea of, okay, well, Elena can live a nice, happy life with Matt. So I love how he pointed out Matt. I mean, to be fair, he's the only one who's, who hasn't embraced the supernatural yet. I mean, he has embraced it, but, he hasn't, he's not a hybrid, he's not a vampire, he's not what, he's Matt at the end of the day. So, perfect choice, but it was very interesting about the fact that he did make a mention about, that normal life Elena can have, that happiness at the end of the day. And the blame was being pointed towards both Stefan and Damon in regards to, them not being, them basically potentially being responsible for Elena's doom, really. So yeah, but yeah, I mean, they're both in love with Elena, as they affirmed it after the whole kerfuffle with the originals. And there's always going to be this curse. So this might be the safest option for her to have a normal person, have a family. Because I don't think that's attainable, really. I feel like in the moment right now, it's gonna be there's always gonna be this pull between Stefan and Damon. But if you want to think far into the future, there is the safest option, and there is the option where you can have a family, which does of course play into Klaus's hands, etc. But Klaus, I even, like I said in that scene when he said, the both of you are detrimental to Elena, I believed him. He wasn't talking out of his arse. There was essences of truth there. So, but what in the end, would you want to be with Matt? Is Matt more of a BFF rather than a BF? That's you gotta peer into her mind. It's like what is Elena's choice at the end of the day? So, which is very prevalent with the whole Stefan Damon situation. But you gotta also take Elena, like, who does she love? But in the end, I mean, there is a bit of truth in terms of Damon and Stefan. They are both detrimental to Elena, but at the same time, Elena might not think that, but there is a bit of truth there as well. So it kind of contradicts, but it makes sense given the fact that Klaus has a right to say that. He's not talking out of his arse, like I said, but Elena might feel like, oh, my life, I want to be with Stefan for the rest of my life, or I want to be with Damon for the rest of my life. So it's all about what Elena's thinking as well at the end of the day. So yeah, but it was just very, very tasty, the whole dinner scenario. So yeah, and yeah, Elijah pulling through at the end there, perfect. Getting all of the ones that were in their coffins, I guess, because obviously Mama Bear escaped at the end, so that was great. But But it should be very interesting to see where things go from here. So yeah, but yeah, really solid episode, really solid stuff, very emotional in places, but also very, very satisfying stuff, like especially with you know, the whole coffin mystery has been wrapped up. Of course there's still mysteries going on in regards to who is who's just getting who needs a timeout, right? Take the knife away. Who needs a timeout? So Meredith is somehow involved, but doesn't necessarily mean that she is the one that's killing people, unless, like I said, we've got a ghost face situation where sometimes it's two people. So, yeah. Just incorporate Scream into... I think Scream into Mystic Falls works, actually. You know, take away the vampires and take away everything. If we were doing a little bit of a swapsy, it could work, right? I don't know. I digress, but yeah, really solid episode. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles!